Hi guys, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. So excited. I have to introduce, this is my father, my biological father, Dr. Richard Harvey, and he is a clinical psychologist. And so I'm going to introduce him real quick, let him just tell us a little bit about your background, tell us about your professional career, and then we'll get into what tonight's subject is.
Okay, well, my career has been highly varied. It's ranged from lots of mental health and always hospital work, almost always hospital work. But the most recent experiences have been with sleep medicine and also working with diabetes a little bit. But the real specialty is sleep medicine. And so what we do with that is we work with people who have trouble sleeping. And it's a really, really common kind of thing. People have a lot of trouble sleeping. And when you think about it, modern life is like really stressful for so many people. People are very busy. They're trying to lead 2 or 3 lives at once kind of thing. And it's no wonder people have trouble sleeping.
Right, absolutely. Like, I know that in the past I've had trouble sleeping, or even with babies. When I had babies, it was tough to sleep. Stress, enormous amounts of stress. And I have so many people who have different ideas of how many hours of sleep they get. I hear people that get 6 hours of sleep and they're fine. I personally need like 8 to 9 hours of sleep.
Right.
Why is it that so many people have different hours of sleep that they think they need? And is there an average for most adults?
Well, the average is like 7 to 7.5.
Okay.
But it's highly variable. When you think about people's physiology, some people sleep a lot deeper.
Right.
Some people fall asleep much more quickly. Some people worry in their sleep, so to speak, and that stresses them and they don't sleep well.
And is that all brain activity?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so it's all brain activity with their physiology.
Yeah, it's brain activity.
And why is that? Why do some people have more active sleep patterns in their head, or more active thoughts in their heads during sleep? From what I understand from a spiritual concept, sleep is a different state of consciousness.
Absolutely, yes.
So why is it that some people can sleep deeper or have more activity going on?
I think there's a lot of it is habit.
Okay.
A lot of it is habit. A lot of it is how you've been raised,
Okay.
and whether you were raised to sleep as a child or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
All goes back to the childhood.
Yeah, of course. Of course it does. And then again, there's this whole stress factor, which I think is huge.
Right.
When people get into worrying and they say, I can't turn my mind off. I can't turn my mind off. Well, you're not going to sleep well.
Right, and so that's anxiety, right? We have that. A lot of
Yeah.
people are medicated for it as we need it. Sometimes for me, it's meditation and exercise.
Right.
That's how I kind of work through it. What happens to our brain and behavior and overall general health when we do not get quality sleep? Because for me, part of reasons of doing this YouTube channel is to help people with their mind, body, and spirit.
Yes.
And I truly believe that you have to take care of your financial health as well, but your spiritual health, your physical health, and your emotional health.
Absolutely. Well, wellness is big, right?
Right.
Sleep is a huge part of that. It's a huge part of that. And that is becoming increasingly recognized.
Good.
Right. And so, what happens to your brain? The chemicals that stimulate sleep aren't there. Right?
That's huge. How do you get them there?
Well, there's a lot of different ways. I mean, for one thing, you got to get the stress level down. You got to relax. Learn to relax, and the melatonin stuff will come. Melatonin is what stimulates
The brain.
the brain to sleep. So again, it's a stress factor. But there are a bunch of habits that have to do with whether you sleep well or not. One of the main one is everybody's on their phone like this. You've got a huge amount of blue light, and computers, huge amount of blue light unless you turn on the screen diminution. Blue light will block melatonin.
Block it.
Well,
So-
it'll reduce it.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll reduce it. So there's so much screen time that people do, and it's no wonder they can't just drop into bed and fall asleep.
Does that include the TV?
It includes the TV, but not so much.
Okay.
Especially the further you are away from the TV,
Okay. Right.
the better you are. All right, but you can get blue light glasses that block blue light.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, and that helps.
All right.
That's right. So that's certainly one of the things. Another thing is eating real close to bedtime. Right? Not so good. Another thing is actually turning the light level down as you approach bedtime.
Okay. In the house, in the room, whatever.
In the house, in the room, yeah, that's another good thing. You don't drink alcohol to sleep because, it'll put you to sleep, but it'll wake you up a little while later.
Right. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
As it wears off. So that's not so good either.
What about
But yeah,
meditation?
meditation, wonderful.
Good.
Meditation, wonderful. Any way that you can relax and focus your mind, so much the better.
Good. One of the things the reason why I was thinking about doing this video is because last night I was listening to my earphones and I was doing kind of a meditation on the insight timer.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it, and because I've had this sinus infection and my ears are full, it was irritating to my ears. And I literally had to take it off, and I started thinking about it. Maybe that's not so good. Maybe having the earphones in is not a good idea, even going to sleep, or having the phone near you, which is that radiation from the phone even near you. So I don't know if you know anything about that. But
Well, no, I don't know anything about the radiation. There's no scientific evidence that I know of about that. But the other kinds of things are cool, dark room. Right? That's sort of simple stuff, but it's you do better in a cooler room.
Yes.
And you do better in the dark. And you do better without a whole lot of other noise going on. Some people have to have white noise or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay too. But frankly, better off if you do it naturally.
With no sleep or
With no outside noise.
Yeah, noise. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. One of the things that people do is they lay in the bed and they can't sleep. And they lay, and they toss, and they turn, and they worry about it. Why can't I sleep? Oh my God, I need to sleep. I got to get up in 4 hours or whatever it is. Yeah, okay. So, get out of bed. Get out of bed. Here's the deal. The bed becomes associated with stress and worry and hassle and not sleeping. These things are like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what do? You get out of bed, you go wrap up in a blanket or whatever, and you just sit there, and maybe you listen to a little music, or maybe even the TV if you have to, until you get sleepy. Then you go back to bed. Well, if it doesn't work, get up. That conditions you to have the bed mean sleep.
So what if it takes them 2 hours to fall asleep, they finally do, and then they wake up in the middle of the night. Should they get out of bed again?
If they can't go back to sleep.
That's
They
good.
can't go back to sleep.
That's good to know.
Yeah, right. So there's that kind of thing. Another thing is something we call sleep restriction. And what we would do in working in the clinic is we would take logs of how long people were asleep, and we would only allow them to go to bed at, only allow them to be in bed that long, however long they sleep. What that means is you've got to get up at the same time, whether you like it or not, and you can only go to bed by prescription.
Got it.
That's what I was prescribed. By prescription for a certain number of hours. Usually that means you're dead tired.
So it's like almost a sleep deprivation?
It is sleep deprivation.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
All right.
And so you're dead tired, that means you're going to sleep deep. You're going to fall asleep quickly, you're going to sleep deep. It doesn't take very long at all for us to be able to begin to prescribe a little bit earlier, going to bed, a little bit earlier, because your brain becomes conditioned to that.
Interesting. So could somebody do that on their own?
Oh, yes, of course they could.
Okay.
So what you do is you figure out how long you actually are sleeping. versus how long you're laying there. However long you're sleeping, and you do that. One of the really, really important things to do is just get up at the same time.
Every day.
Every day, weekends.
Ew.
Here's the thing. It's all about the conditioning of your brain.
Okay.
It's all about the conditioning. And so what you do is you wake up at a certain time, and pretty soon you're awake no matter what at that time.
Okay.
Night or day or whatever, you're awake at that time.
Right.
It just boom, it just conditions your brain. And you go to bed at the same time, roughly speaking. Not quite as important, but you do go to bed at the same time. And your whole cycle, your whole circadian rhythm is conditioned.
Conditioned.
It's very conditional.
So, what about naps?
Okay, naps.
I love naps.
Well, yeah, naps are fine. Unless you're already having big insomnia. In that case, nada.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't take naps. You're far better being dead tired when you go to bed. But that said, if you're not really having so much of a problem with sleeping, power naps are really best.
So
we're talking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 most. 30 most naps, not longer than that. You're going to feel groggy, you're going to feel a mess, and you're not going to be able to sleep that night.
I'm finding
naps recycle your body.
Yeah, that's what I found lately. I used to take hours of naps, and I found that like the power naps of 20 to 30 minutes have been really resourceful, like really good for me, feeling good.
Yeah.
So I would love to get into this more. Maybe we'll do another one. I'll come out to Denver and we'll do another one. But I have one more question for you because I thought it was interesting. What is the most, like, out of all your research and studies, what's the most fascinating thing that you discovered, or for you, that was like kind of a wow moment?
Well, it's probably the fact that the circadian rhythm is so conditionable, like I said, that it can be changed. It can be changed. And, we hadn't ever really thought about that before very much, but more sleep research, there's enough sleep research that's going on, and enough of my experience that I know very well it can be changed. You can learn to sleep deeper. What you really want is stage 3 sleep.
Right.
Stage 3 is the deepest sleep when you're just dead to the world.
So speaking of stage 3 sleep, and I have so many questions, and we could do this again, but what about fitness? Are they accurate?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, take it for what it is, but it could be, if somebody wants to figure out how long they're sleeping, that might be a good way to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I have a sleep number bed, right? I have a sleep number bed, and it has all kinds of sensors in there for your breath and your breathing rate and your heart rate and all this stuff. And it's not too bad. It'll tell you how long you slept, and all that. It doesn't tell you how well, but it does tell you whether you were fidgeting and all that kind of thing. So those kinds of mechanisms, take them with a grain of salt. They're not terribly accurate, but roughly speaking, they are.
So if you had to give somebody one piece of advice that's having sleep problems, just one, like what would be their first step to try?
I would do some kind of meditation, some kind of relaxation, some kind of stress relief. I wouldn't be taking melatonin.
Oh, that could be a whole nother subject.
Yeah, I wouldn't be taking melatonin. I mean, it helps with some things when you're changing time zones and so on, but I wouldn't be taking melatonin. I damn sure wouldn't be taking sleeping pills.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get dependent on it.
Right.
And then that's just going to alter everything.
Chemically, yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah,
and they're hard to get off.
So meditation, I know we can talk more, a lot more on meditation as far as what it does for the brains, but the meditation can help. There's something I mentioned earlier called a yoga nidra technique that's definitely a meditation that can help you. Also, recapitulation at the end of the day is kind of nice to kind of like wind down your day, recapitulate what you did that day, journal it. Like I'm a huge person about journaling, trying to get back into that. So Papa, thank you so much. I so appreciate you, and I can't wait. I'll come out to Denver and we'll do more, you guys.
Okay.
If you enjoyed this, let me know, and I'll get out to Denver as soon as possible. Thank you. And thank you.
All right, you're most welcome.
Thank you. And cut.